Joe Biden wants to set aside deficit concerns to invest in ailing U.S. economy. So this is actually some good Biden news. You gotta do the good and you gotta do the bad. Also, breaking, GOP Senator Pat Toomey calls on Trump to resign. I'm also going to talk about that later in the show, but thank you, NBC, for putting that at the top there. All right. Washington. I haven't read this article yet, so I just wanted to read it for the first time. I don't know if I'm going to read the whole thing, but I wanted to read it, and we'll see how I feel about it. Sometimes I like pre-reading articles. Sometimes I like reading them for the first time. It depends on the subject matter. So that's kind of my thinking. Also, I'm lazy. President-elect Joe Biden said Friday that he favors setting aside concerns about federal deficit in order to spend more money to boost the ailing American economy. I also think he just came out in favor of like $10,000 relief if passed through Congress. He can do so via executive order, but he's a dumb motherfucker, so he doesn't want to do that, right? Every major economist thinks we should be investing in the deficit, or in deficit spending, my bad, in order to generate economic growth. Let's go, Biden told reporters Friday, citing low interest rates and limited Federal Reserve powers to fix the COVID crisis. As this city reels from the chaos of a deadly riot at the Capitol spurred by Donald Trump, Biden says he'll lay out an economic relief package this year that will cost in the trillions of dollars. He said it will include emergency relief to those harmed by the pandemic, as well as investments in infrastructure, healthcare, and a whole range of things that are going to generate good-paying jobs. I believe I heard someone talk about reducing the Medicare age to 60, which is a good step. Obviously not good enough, but a good step nonetheless, and we can build off of that. If we don't act now, things will get much worse and harder to get out of the hole later, so we have to invest now, Biden said. There's a dire, dire need to act now. This guy, the way he speaks. Biden's remarks came 2 days after Democrats were projected to capture control of the Senate, giving them power to set the agenda in both chambers. The comments indicate that he and his party will be less inclined than they were during the Obama administration to acquiesce to Republican demands to limit new spending because of the national debt. Again, good. Reminder, there is no such thing as the deficit. It just doesn't exist. What? Deficit? The money is fake. We just made it up. What is a deficit? Like what? This is just pieces of paper, dude. And in a lot of cases, not even pieces of paper, just numbers on a computer in a lot of cases. Senator Bernard Sanders, the runner-up in the 2020 Democratic primary and likely incoming chairman of the Senate Budget Committee, God bless Chairman Bernard, praised Biden's comments in a Saturday interview. The president-elect is exactly right that this is not the time for austerity politics, Sanders told NBC News. Again, I love how he says austerity politics. You got to name and shame the ideology at play here. We cannot maintain the austerity economics that have allowed the very rich to do phenomenally in this country while working people suffer. Again, Elon Musk shot up from like the fourth or the whatever richest person in the world to the richest person in the world over the course of this crisis. So, again, we can read more of this if you want, and by we can, I mean I won't. You can do it yourself later. But this is a good sign. And again, I'm very tough on Biden. I don't like Biden. If you watched my show at all during the primary, you would know I don't like Biden. And I would implore you to go back and watch some of my anti-Biden videos that I made, just, to see where I'm coming from here. I did vote for him in the general, but I do not like Biden. And but I do have to tell you when he says dumb things, and I have to tell you when he says decent things. There's a lot of people out there that just have Democrat derangement syndrome, and they'll just say everything a Democrat ever does is evil. That's not the case. And so if Biden is saying that he's going to do a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package, let's get it done, right? And let's make sure it's done right. And so that's a good sign. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, nothing is concrete yet. And we have to keep up pressure, but we'll see how it goes. And maybe not everything will be trash,